Alright, well there's the keykeeper playing with his supercharged Pontiac, which he's doing far, far too often. Yes, hello. Anyway, a lot of you have noticed that it's my 300th video that I'm sitting right on the edge of making. In fact, this will be it. And some of you have asked that I do something special. Well, unfortunately, I never had a chance to think of anything special to do, I'm sorry to say. Oh, there's the mail over there. Anyway, what I do have, though, finally, some footage of the finished garage. I'm going to take the horn off that car and feed it to him. The construction projects class was done with this just shortly before Christmas. And it actually made the news in one of the county newspapers because it was the biggest structure that they had ever built at 48 feet by 32 feet. I have one 16-foot garage door to let weird shaped stuff in like tractors and things. Then we have two smaller ones, and eventually ye old Cadillac will end up in there. So have a quick look inside here. Now, there are still things to do. The in-floor heating has to be hooked up. The electrical service has to be hooked up. There were a couple of, shall we say, rather wizard-like things that happened. Like this meter base here. I don't know why they put that as far away as they could get it from the from any electrical service that might enter this place. But here's our water line, which still needs to be hooked up. And then, of course, here is a good shot of the back side with its one window. So let's go inside here and have a look-see. Bought these lock sets at Menards. They're the Schlag brand. And I'll tell you what, in my experiences with that company, you know, I really thought that would be a premium product, but hasn't turned out near as well as I'd hoped it would. Because in particular, the instructions don't match what you have to do. And although there's supposed to be some rings that you drive in if you have an opening like this in your door, they don't actually fit. So these door lock sets are not 100% functional yet. It's not very bright in here, so I guess I'll open a garage door so we'll have some more light. Alright, there we go. Now I got some more light. Little piece of scrap plywood. There's our in-floor heating stuff waiting to be hooked up. But that's the thing about doing all of this stuff. Keykeeper's bicycle. The thing about doing all of this stuff is that it takes money. And so far, we spent a positively frightful amount of it. And so some of these things are going to have to wait a little bit. But our next major step is going to be to electrify the building and try to get 200 amp electrical service in here, have them put the panel in here someplace toward this, the west-facing wall. And right now, we're just borrowing electricity from the Roach Palace because I rewired the outlet on the porch so it was like actually safe to use, which is such a novel idea. And that's been getting us by for now, but obviously the things we want to do and have in here, like ceiling lighting and stuff like that, there's no real good way of doing that. So got a little sunlight here that the keykeeper pilfered from work, and that's been getting us through. We've been using kerosene heat in the form of that Sears heater over there in about the middle of the screen, and got these regular, more conventional kerosene heaters over here. That one's got a bum igniter, and this one works fine. The keykeeper intercepted it on its way to the garbage. Hadn't even ever been taken out of the box. It's hard to believe. But that's basically the update on the garage. It's been completely built. Our next major step, right around the time that we electrify it, is going to be to put in garage door openers. All three of these doors will have electric openers on them. They're 8-foot tall doors, so that makes fitting them with an opener a little bit interesting because most of the openers that you can buy, it turns out, are only for a 7-foot door. So we need to do something a little bit special with that. Luckily, we know a guy who is a professional garage door installer. He's done some work for us before. When the Keykeeper and Bizarre Furhead were playing car thief in the driveway about a decade ago, they drove the golf cart into the half-opened garage door. And the garage door was already in sad shape. The opener was broken and things like that from my friends and I riding it up and down when I was probably in about 3rd grade. That was a fun way to spend the afternoon until we burned out the opener. Anyway, he said this guy that we've got arranged to put the garage doors in, he does it professionally, but he moonlights on the side, and he said that for $50 a door plus the cost of the opener, he would install them. So our next major stops, getting electricity, getting the garage door opener set up. Then we can think about insulating the place and hooking up the floor heat. But for right now, just walk out here so you can kind of take the whole thing in, see if I can get it in one frame here. That is what the place looks like.